Rolling.
Wow. Look how I've done to my mic. Yeah, it's not that funny. This your boy Jedi for Jedionline, Chuluminati Live, Repute, Chuluminati. Click, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. And please put the number of your like in the chat. You know, like that. Back in the building. SPEAKENOMIX, episode something, 20 something, 20, nearly, whatever, 26. You get me? Big up Maverick on the ones and twos. And big up my guests in the building. Everyone's trying to do this quiet, shy thing right now. Hi. I just wanted a diet water and a salad and don't want to be any problem. I'll just stand in the corner. Right, yeah, so hope you lot are good on this good Sunday.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, Jets.
Yes, man. So let's get around the room and see who's in the building. We might as well start with the lady. Ladies first.
I know, the only lady here. So I'm Chidi, Chids, whatever you want to call me.
Boop.
You know, like that.
Yeah.
I do podcasting and stuff online and content creating. And yeah, I just like to put good energy out there, innit, and make a difference.
Good energy. Yeah, man. I like that. What are you saying?
What are you saying, Jedi? Thank you for having me, my bro.
Is this a robbery?
No, it's not. It's not. It's a sickle cell awareness.
Yeah.
I Mr. iBleed different. What I do, I go into hospitals and I spread awareness. I be there for the children. I support children with sickle cell anemia. I grew up with sickle cell anemia myself.
Okay.
I have a personal story about sickle cell anemia that I grew up with. SE. It's the second to highest form of sickle cell anemia. I'm also blind in my eye, my right eye.
We'll get into this. Get me? Which is your good eye?
Oh, I'm not gonna let no one know that. No one know that.
You don't want to let me know. And last but not least,
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the High Priest, the Metal Science Boss, the Metal Science General, the Metal Science CEO, the Metal Science Captain, the Metal Science Commander-in-Chief, the El Duce, the reigning, defending, heavyweight microphone champion of the world, the Grand Hyphen, Amun, you done know Metal Science.
This one's for the stolen voices, my people that ain't got much traces. Trapped in the belly of the beast, everywhere is beef and there's never ever peace. Every day is peak and I never get to speak. Living in the Elmos, never get to see. Sitting in a cell, feeling like you're never gonna leave, but you can't sleep cause you got beef with the bread underneath in the bunk. But the truth in my speech is abundant. I don't need a reason to keep it 100. The government declared the war on the man. So this ain't a song, it's a glorious anthem to rep for the group that is normally abandoned. The poor is ignored when they're stranded. From Lagos to Kingston, Nori to Camden, against all odds, of course we are champions. I'm the voice of Trayvon, I'm the voice of Stephen Lawrence, I'm the voice of Tupac, with no thug life engraved on my stomach. I'm the voice of a runaway slave, holding a blade and facing a musket. Been a victim of the system too long, we got tired of waiting for justice. The voice of Fred Hampton Sr., killed for defending the people, and the right to exercise freedom of speech. We just want to be treated as equal. I'm the voice of the mums and the ones that pray for unity in the community. I'm the voice of the young trying to escape the slum, but they can't find the opportunity.
So much to say, but not enough. You hear the cries calling from the skies above, saying it's okay, speak your mind, open your heart, don't let no one add you to understand.
How you doing, Jedi? I hope you're alright. Thank you for having me on the show.
come on, High Priest, man. We ain't had you on the show for a while. Have to get back High Priest on the show, man. You get me? Good to have you, brother.
Likewise,
good to have
King.
you. And Maverick over there, you good?
All good, man.
And big up the CCO as well.
Big up Maverick.
What's the CCO stand for again?
Chief Content Officer.
Yeah, big up the High Priest's CCO in the side.
Done,
Chief
Metal
Content
Science.
Officer. Get me? I need a content officer.
You do.
Yeah.
I think with everything you're putting out there, you really do.
What's the content officer do?
A content officer basically makes sure that the content that you're creating reaches your target audience, and your target audience is satisfied by your content that you've created.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like that. I want one. Slightly hating, only a little bit. 10% hate, 10% jealousy. Do you know what I mean? But it's not jealousy if you admit it.
It's not.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not.
It's red eye.
That's how we call it.
Yeah, we call it red eye, isn't it?
I'm so
Jingle.
done.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, Jingle was too far, bruv. I don't know. Jinnah was a bit too far.
Well, it's a little bit
Jinnah was harsh.
slightly relevant.
Alright, Crassus is definitely off the list. Crassus is not on the list, my brother. Right. So anyway, so what you were saying? So sickle cell. Tell me about like how you ended up with one eye. What happened to your eye, and what's the story behind that?
Basically, at the age of 19, I had a detachment. Due to the fact that I had vessels in my eye that was basically being blocked and cut off by my retina. So my retina basically was just being destroyed at the back due to the fact that my sickle cell was spreading into my eye. I never knew that my eye could sickle.
Right, yeah.
So basically, SC sickle cell is basically sickling of the eyes more than the body.
Okay, so it just targets the eyes.
Targets the eyes, and they call it sickle cell retinopathy.
Okay.
Retinopathy. See the big words there. Okay.
So due to my sickle cell retinopathy, I'm partially sighted.
Yeah.
And I have bleeds in my eye. That's why I'm Mr. iBleed different.
iBleed different.
He's the guy.
He's the
guy. No, he's the guy.
This is the
Because
guy.
I remember seeing your post.
Yeah.
And you put the awareness out there and what he does and everything.
Yeah.
Yes, I bleed
iBleed different. It makes so much sense. Makes so much sense. So, is there a chance that you like? What's the stability of your eyesight right now?
I can see. It's just bleeds, just constant bleeds, basically in the peripheral, just like blocking my vision from time to time.
Is it visible from the outside?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you see?
Like basically, there's like gel stuck at the back of my eye. So at the back of my eye, there's like a gel, like jelly with blood in it, and basically it's kind of like debris now because it's been there for quite a while.
Yeah.
But what I can see is just bits of blood. It's a bit dark and that, but my peripheral, my whole vision, I've got good vision in that sight I have in my good eye. And my other eye is obviously NLP, which they call no light perception. In Moorfields and across Britain, in all eye hospitals and that. But yeah, it's a shame still. So obviously,
is there any chance to rescue the eye? Is there anything? So then you like, you know what I mean? I feel like a millionaire or billionaire would.
Can AI do something about your eye?
Man said AI.
probably. I don't know nothing about AI's testing with
Neuralink and that. I was saying, telling you to get Neuralink, get the chip in your head, and then augmented reality. That's what they're planning to do. They're planning to put the chip in your head, and then basically, like a mini camera, kind of gets the information, feeds it into your brain, and then you perceive it as if you're seeing it.
Yeah, no, I've heard of many tests, but I haven't taken them myself. I haven't actually seen any breakthroughs with sickle cell anemia. I do know that they're trying a lot, but within the black community, I haven't seen no successes. Really, I haven't seen no successes. I haven't even seen no awareness. I'm building awareness. I go into the hospitals for the children. I give T-shirts out. I spend some time with them. I speak to the parents. I even made a parent aware of like sickle cell retinopathy that didn't even know nothing about it when I went there. And he was like surprised that this could even happen because his child was in HDU, and he was just shocked that he was probably trying to go in to find out how we could like prevent his girl from having any kind of sickle cell retinopathy in her eye now because he had no.
So is there preventative measures? Is there anything you can do to like ward off a sickle cell attack?
You just gotta basically go through holistic ways, like with the eyes and the herbs, and you got to really look into holistic ways of really like treating the eye. Some of these doctors, they do know a lot about like the retina itself, but personally, you got to go the holistic way. I believe these hospitals ain't even for us.
So do you think that if you was more aware, that maybe you could have done stuff holistically to try and preserve your eye for longer? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. If I was more aware of it when I was young still.
Was you aware of it before your sight actually started getting severely affected? Was you aware of this
this problem, this issue?
Yeah.
Like, oh well.
Or did you lose your eye? Then they said, "Oh,
yeah, this happened suddenly. This happened suddenly when I was 19. Obviously, I've been in and out of hospital from the age of 5 with sickle cell.
Yeah.
So obviously, back in the day, my mother knew nothing about it. Like my mother was a secretary. It was just me, my brother, my sister, and like what my mum used to do is leave us at home with the protection of my sister, and then she'll just go to the library, and then come back and then come with information about it that she studied about hemoglobin, blood cells and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because when I was admitted, I had crises. Half of the doctors in the 90s never really knew what was going on. They never knew what was going on. And obviously my mum came from Jamaica, and my dad.
So what were you saying? They didn't know that it was sickle cell.
They knew it was sickle cell, but they were just on pain control. All their focus was pain control, control the pain. And like realistically, I'll be out in like a week or two, but I'm coming back because the crisis is non-stop. And obviously my mum wanted to get to the core. So it's like she had her own intellectual studies about it, and she just came home and taught me about it. And then,
but this is what I'm saying. What are the factors that like could cause crisis? Like, is it just randomly it will happen, or if we look at it, are there factors? Are there things that you're eating, stuff like that? Like,
it's just hereditary. It's just in you. And crisis can cause from any kind of like atmosphere, any type of way. Really, it just depends on the person's condition, how high the level is. Could be SS, that's the highest form. SC is like mild form that I got. I would say only attacks the eyes. And then you got the trait.
Oh, it's deep, man. It's deep. So who else in your family's got sickle cell?
My uncle.
Yeah. Did your father have it as well?
No, he had the trait.
He had the trait.
Yeah, my mum had the trait.
Your mum had the trait. So two traits.
Yeah.
You ended up with it, and then your uncle's got it in your family. You got brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
But they ain't got it. Okay, so yeah, man. I just really want to know if there's anything you can eat or drink or do to help the symptoms.
Water, fruits. It's like that's what I do.
Yeah.
Exercise. Like doctors told me not to exercise, but I believe that.
They told you not to.
They told me not to. They told me not to overexert myself.
Yeah.
But you know, you have to. Movement is medicine.
Of course it is. Yeah. So
that's what I believe in it, and that's what I'm gonna put into my audio book as well, and just let people know that sickle cell retinopathy shouldn't stop anyone from moving. That, do you know what I mean? You just gotta have the right procedures and the right measures to take in your body and keep moving. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a pressure, but I believe movement is medicine anyway.
How many times would you say you've been in hospital?
In my entire life.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Over your symptoms, over your sickle cell.
Is it routine? Usually it is.
No, it fluctuates.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
it can fluctuate over the years. You get me? Sometimes I might not need to be in hospital and the sickle cell crisis kind of occurs.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
you can manage it.
I can manage it at home, but it's kind of changed over the years as I'm older. Because when I was young, it was more severe. Like, I was always in and out, in and out, in and out. But as I grew up to, like, say, 16, 17, 18, 19, it kind of swapped from my body to my eyes. And then it was a different kind of battle then. From, like, age 19 up to my 30s and that. So that's what I've been dealing with, and that's where I kind of put myself into, like, more teachings and awareness and studying it and getting deeper within myself to find out the best way to keep myself going, you know?
Yeah, no, for real.
It's a big struggle. So, remember you mentioning something about your pops and that. Like, what was it like? What was the story behind?
And my pops, he passed on November the 4th, 2023 in Chelsea Westminster Hospital.
Wow, just last year.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah,
So recently. Yeah, and
if you don't mind me asking, what did he pass with?
He passed. Do I have to say that?
You don't have to. You don't have to answer that.
I'd rather not still.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, he was up. He was born in 1939, 10th of March, and he had like a long life. Like he's seen a lot. He had a hip replacement when he was going back in there, but I think it's a lot of negligence why he passed, and it kind of pissed me off still. Yeah. Because he died in Chelsea Westminster. He was healthy when he went in.
So he went in for a hip replacement? A
hip replacement, and he was very cognitive as well. And when I went there, with red pea soup to feed him, they were just not allowing him to eat because they said he couldn't hold anything down. So I don't know. Pairs of my family kind of were pissed off with that outcome. And it was a bad result for us because we was way cognitive, and you know. But
you find this is such a common thing. Remember when my grandfather went into hospital, went in fine, totally fine, never came out, and it was just that they don't like it when you ask questions. Like I spent so much time in hospital myself, like about a year ago, I was really, really ill. Nobody knew what was wrong with me, and it was just a lot of back and forth. They would starve me for days on end. Like, it was just crazy, and I just think it made me realise, you know, being in like the hospital environment, like the pharmaceutical companies, just the richest thing on the planet, because the way they just want to just pump you with, and you're just saying like, why am I taking this? Yeah, they can't even tell you.
They'd be giving you drugs for just in case.
Just in case.
And maybe, and we'll see how you respond. And
mad. But see me, I used to just I never used to take anything that they would give me.
Yeah.
And then even, you know, when they got to the bottom what was wrong with me, ended up telling me that I had like pancreatic insufficiency.
Wow.
And that I would have to take this tablet for the rest of my life and XYZ. And it's like the only thing that sort of got me back to a healthy state was the holistic approach.
Yeah.
I just scrapped everything they told me because the more I was taking, like the medications and everything, I just became more ill. And then as soon as I just decided to take the natural approach, I'd done my research. I went to see like a holistic practitioner. They told them what the problems were, and they tell you, right, do this, eat this, do this, and I'm so much better. Even my doctors can't even work out how I got, because they didn't expect me to get better that quickly.
That's heavy though.
So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Lack of knowledge is killing my people.
Honestly.
And you know another thing, like, just to touch on it, it's clear that coming into contact with institutions when you're of a certain demographic can be fatal. Like, I'm sure that the rate of mortality rate of black people, African Caribbean people that come to contact with the institutions like, let's say, the health system and end up just dying. I'm sure that if we went and looked at the numbers, I'm sure that black people are in the highest percentile of that. Like, it's like we can't get no breaks. We be going in for anything. I keep hearing these stories of grandparents and elderly people almost like basically being unalive, being killed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But to the point where they told one of my friends to come and say goodbye to their granddad, because he's only got a little bit left, like a couple days or whatever, or maybe if that, rare. He could go at any minute. Come say your goodbyes. They came down there, my man was slumped, like not moving, rare. One of the nieces is looking through the paperwork at the end of the bed, saying, how come you giving him so much of this thing, this sedative thing? Rare. Tutus now, they basically fought to stop giving the man the sedative. I think after a day, my man sat sitting up, chatting to his youth, saying, no, they're trying to kill me. Rare. They wouldn't let me do this, they wouldn't let me do that. They give me this thing and knock me out, and rare. My man's still alive. Couple years later.
Well, there it is.
See what I'm saying? Where they're saying, come and say goodbye, and they had man knocked out. Then they weren't giving him medication that he's supposed to be having for other things, because he's gonna go now, and rare. And then they're knocking him out because they're saying, oh, just to keep him calm and that. Once they took the sedative off, my man's sitting up in bed eating chicken and chips and that. Do you know what I mean?
It's to do with numbers, a lot to do with numbers.
Scary.
And it's like, one of the, I'll never forget the consultant that I spoke to. Did you know they don't operate on black people on a certain day of the week? There's a certain day of the week they don't operate on black people. He was explaining to me, you go into categories. So I was black, a woman, over 30. There was so many lists that I went under. So the more lists that you're on, you go down and down and down and down and down.
No way.
Literally, it was crazy. And I thought, you lot are not killing me. Because that's how it feels. It's a Wednesday. They don't operate. They don't operate on black people
on a Wednesday. You know, no black day. Huh? That's crazy, cuz.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But you know, there has been more.
That's systematic killing, right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
There has been more information coming out about the difference in genetics of certain black people compared to other demographics when it comes to a certain virus that was popping off a few years ago.
Yeah.
Man's come out there. I don't know if you've seen the brother. He can't talk like this. He's got a mad voice. But this white guy, but he's on there talking about, literally that these companies knew that this thing affects the genetics of black people way different than them. They don't need as much this, they don't need that. You've put in this ingredient that actually is harder for black people to like digest into their system. He just went into bare stuff. But it's not surprising, man.
It's not.
It's not surprising.
It's nothing new. It's just like people are becoming more aware now of what's going on. They're actually looking into things, aren't they? Because I think before, I think with the black community especially, do you know when it came to like doctors and things like that, like my grandmother's generation, oh, well, the doctor said, so I have to. Whereas now, we're asking questions. We're like, well, why?
More
inquisitive.
And they're like, okay.
More aware in that. It's more observation, insight, and awareness, and these things in ourselves as well these days.
Everyone thinks their doctor said be now as well, so.
Trying to.
You know what I mean? Everyone thinks their doctor said be now, so man's like, people are asking questions. It's a good thing. Do you know what I mean? Less trusting, because, there was a point where it was just blind following.
Yeah.
You're in a suit, or you're in a white doctor's coat, and you've got a clipboard, some glasses. Bro, you can tell me the sky is pink. Do you know what I mean? You can tell me water's dry.
I think it's good to research, for real, for
100%.
all of us, for like, you get me? Every day, when we got the time.
Even when they're right under your post that this is medical information, don't listen to them. Yeah, because then they're going to backtrack later on and say, actually, it was right. We just weren't allowed to say this, and it's nuts.
Yeah.
The stuff that's coming out now, it's like, okay, so what, do I get an apology?
No.
Like, even being a content creator, I put out certain content that's got me flagged, blacklisted, blackballed, all these type of things, right? Got me strikes and has affected my ability to even earn revenue off some of my content, right?
Oh,
Wow.
I've even got a song that they kind of de-ranked because it was about the vaccine,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And I got loads of other rappers to do a remix, and all of those have been flagged up for medical misinformation, for just saying stuff that their opinion.
Well, that's what they're doing.
Which is now what they're doing. It's out there. They're now
what they're
admitting it, but somehow you don't get no recompense for what they do and how they affect you. So mad thing. But High Priest, Wakwan, you're not falling asleep.
I know. Wake up.
I heard you got something that you want to talk to us about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I do still.
Let me know. What is it?
Well, me and my team, we're discussing, like, how can we convey a message, or how can we reason with people, on a level, you get me? Like, right now, I pre someone else feeling like Jay-Z, I have to dumb down for my audience.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because when
So 1 minute, we're gonna have to arrange something. You see that stool that's out there. Out, you might have to bring it in so that Orion can sit down over there.
Well, I can send them.
You sure? We got a minute still.
If you move the pillows, you can actually post it unless if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, we got a minute. Hey, man tried to sit down, so if you saw the way he went to sit down, so I didn't know you could move so graceful.
I was scared.
That was graceful. Fucking hell, big up Orion in the building. Sorry, he's late. Could have to get him on the second half of this thing, but yeah. Sorry, High Priest, you saying?
Yeah,
so you're trying to work out a way with your team to what to?
How to convey a message to our audience, that it is coherent with their ability to be cognitive, meaning that they can understand what we're saying without getting lost in the source. So we thought, why not we talk about when man and woman have sex, and when okay, I'm just going from a
Just
story.
be real, man.
Let me
Be
tell
real.
you the story.
Just say it,
Let me
say
tell
it,
you the
just say
story.
it.
That's the story.
Hold on.
Alright, you got to sit.
You need to take a drink before.
We're about to get into some meta science.
I know. I'm ready for this.
All right.
Boom.
So now, I was thinking, I Priest someone I was thinking, throughout his life, what pussy is so rememberable? And the pussy that is rememberable is the pussy that squeezes your willy. Yeah? That is the pussy that is rememberable. Okay? Now, I Priest someone out the other day was like in a situation, and he said,
Well,
in this situation,
squeezing.
Squeeze me. And when I told the queen, squeeze me, she didn't understand what I was saying. You get me? And I'm thinking like this is self-explanatory, like squeeze me. You get me? Like, man, wanna feel you, like, and I want you to feel me. You get me? So.
Alright, wait. Stick up here. So, you said you was in a situation recently where the something wasn't squeezing.
Yeah, where
it weren't squeezing,
yeah,
and you requested the squeeze.
Yes.
I'm done.
Okay, so you're like, yo, please, if you don't mind,
Squeeze me.
can you squeeze me? And she didn't.
She didn't squeeze. You get me? And I'm like, you get me? Because I'm like, I can't feel you. You get me? Cause when
Was it like baggy or something? Like,
No. I don't believe it was baggy. I believe it was a bit
baggy,
of
bro.
insecurity.
Oh, okay.
Just-
She's not in touch with her body.
Yeah. Because, like, look, let me put it in perspective. Even a retarded fuck knows what it means to squeeze. You get me? When I say squeeze me, she knows what to do. You get me? She knows.
You mean like a chick with Down syndrome? You mean?
Oh, wow.
What did?
You said retarded. Wow. Yo.
What?
Like one chromosome away from
what-
Downs, maybe? I don't know.
Side syndrome.
Oh, man said side syndrome, guys. Oh, Jedi.
I mean, like, handicapped. You get me? And we can talk like
Okay,
this.
yeah, no,
real talk.
Handicapped people have sex. Have you had sex with a handicapped person?
I mean, look,
Sounds like he did the other day.
She was handicapped. Her thing was paralyzed.
No.
Highlights from the
I'm saying within my past experiences.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
I'm not saying in 2025. No, I'm talking
Yeah.
about maybe about a
2024.
couple of 10, 20 years ago.
No, you trying.
You get me? 10
These times made in February. Nah, you're pissing me off. Good. So
you get me? Like 10, 20 years ago, like where maybe they will say that they have mental health. You get me? That's what I mean as in retarded. You get me? 'Cause, like some people will say, yeah, I've got mental health. Well, then you're retarded, innit? Like, I'm just saying it how it is, innit? Like, I'm not saying that you have it. I don't believe in mental health, but if you say you have mental health and you're hearing voices and you're on a mad thing, then cool, retarded. Anyway, but
Man
the
said
point,
retarded.
yeah, no, but like I said, we're in the era.
have you been with a chick that hears voices?
Have I been with a chick that hears voices? I mean,
I think every woman hears voices.
like, what?
Oh fucking hell.
Jedi,
We're
man.
doomed. Every
Chick that has voices. Hey, yo.
every chick is.
Look. What man is saying is,
Yeah.
I do not discriminate. Yeah, that's the key word. I do not discriminate. You get me? I'm high priest. I'm here to
Down
heal
syndrome,
you. You
up
get
syndrome.
me? You get me? Whatever problem you have, I'm here to help you. I'm here to give you some healing energy.
Right.
That's just the realness. You get it?
No, it's true.
You
And
know
I
what I mean?
and I think disabled people do have sex and have healthy sex lives as well. Do you know what I mean?
But it's
So-
but it's real.
yeah, it's real.
You get me?
All shapes and sizes.
You know what I mean? Like, we were created in love. You know what I mean? They were created in love. You
So
get
let's
me?
go back to Bagpuss.
I said bag puss, you know.
Bag puss.
Fucking
No,
hell.
but we're gonna call that Bagpuss for now.
Because it sounded
Yeah,
baggy.
it sounded a bit
Sounds-
Bagpussy. I don't know. It didn't sound.
Oh my
Like,
days!
it didn't sound like the
Real.
clenchiest.
Like real.
You know what I mean? Grip me, baby. Man. So you was asking her to quint.
I mean, well, yeah, no, well,
Yeah.
like, yeah. That's what we concluded after the activity. You know what I mean? That I was saying to quench. It was maybe a miscommunication.
So she's saying squeeze.
No, I'm
What did
saying
you hug-
squeeze.
You're saying squeeze, and
Yeah.
she's hugging you.
Yeah.
Ah,
You
you
get
like
me?
that? Squeeze me down there.
Yeah. And then it's like, she's not doing it. And I'm thinking, are you doing it? You're not doing it? Come on now. Like, I told you, squeeze me. Like, I want to feel you. You get me? Do you love me right? Or you're not loving me right? You get me? Like, is it a real pussy or is it some prostitute pussy?
Whoa.
No, but it's true though. I have to keep it 100.
So-
I have to keep it 100 though.
So what he's saying
Pumstitute. Sorry.
what he's saying is,
I just put words together.
if it's not tight, it's not right.
Exactly.
That's what he's saying.
If it's not
a
tight, it's
woman's
not right.
perspective.
Nah, do you know what?
You get me?
I hear that.
So, did you give her a second chance to try to? Did you explain to her what you wanted? Did you explain to her? So basically, what it seems to me is that you and her weren't a good fit, right? You was inside of her, and it weren't feeling.
No, it's just adjustments. What is the best way? Like
you weren't feeling the
harmonizing.
pum though. Let's be
No,
real.
I was feeling the pom pom not squeezing me. You get me? I was still
Was
feeling
her
it.
name Lucy?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Lucy. It wasn't Lucy. No, we love Lucy, but it wasn't Lucy.
Okay.
We're saying it was just like a miscommunication in the bedroom. That's what it was.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
she didn't communicate with the walls of her vagina to engage pelvic floor muscles.
Isn't that a natural thing though? Because like you would.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
you
for me-
could.
Did she have the ability to turn it on when you explained to her? Did you try again and then she was like,
No, she didn't. Look at his face. No,
or was
she
it
didn't
still
do it.
It was still
like
not
a chocolate finger in a black bag?
I'm done.
No, it was still more like a airy bag.
Oh,
Right,
that's
yeah,
what I
man.
mean. It's crazy.
Hello, pum.
Because naturally, as a
Hello,
as a
pum.
woman, I know that that's that's the thing you
It was
do.
like, you know what I mean? I can't even put my head in.
Oh,
Like not like how it was feeling. You know what I mean? I can put my head in.
So what?
Know what I mean?
So what you're saying is that you need to be able to. How could you have known that without having sex with her? You wouldn't. You had to have had sex.
No,
with her
I'm
to
saying
find
I
that out.
had sex and
Yeah.
I explained, dude, the thing that
Yeah.
I can't feel you squeezing. Look, let me put it in perspective.
Mm.
When a girl loves you, yeah, as your man, and especially loves your wood, yeah. As soon as you enter, she's already squeezing,
Yeah.
making you want to bust quick.
yeah.
You get me? You have to be like, whoa, hold your horses. You get me? Like,
Whoa there,
yeah.
whoa there, ma'am.
oh my god.
Send ABS. Anti-skid mechanism.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah, I hear you still. I hear
You get me? Like, as soon as you enter, like, if she really feeling you proper, like, you enter, but she's like,
I don't know if it's about if she's feeling you though.
wow.
If in fact, I think that the more excited a woman is, then the more lubricated she'd be, and the easier the access should be. So technically, I would say the less she's feeling you, the tighter it will feel. Is that, am I wrong?
I mean,
have I got that wrong?
You're not wrong. I don't think there's a right or wrong. It just depends on how that woman is in touch with her body, innit? So it's like you could be, the more excited you get, obviously the more lubricated you get. But if you're really in tune with your body, it's like a battle. You're fighting that, so you're going tighter. It's getting wetter. You're going tight. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So it's about
Take your word for that.
Alright. But as the man, them, you get me? Like, we know in it, like, if it's like you can feel the difference. You know what I mean? There's a before and after effect when the pussy is grips in like a vice grip. If you know, like, engineering, or you know, in a workshop and you got the vice grip and you tighten the lump of metal, yeah, to the point that it cannot tighten no more. That's what I'm talking about, that vice grip pussy. And I know
Nice.
that
I know
it
one of
becomes
them.
rememberable, but it's in archived, or it's got its own plaque as, boy, that pussy was serious, you know. You get me? Like, man, remembered it. Like, you get me? I remember the moment, the experience, like it was yesterday. Sometime it make me even wanna. You get me?
Shed a tear.
Yeah, shed the tear. Like,
cry
I
a
wish we
little
could have
bit.
worked it out.
It's emotional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because now you're with Lucy, and
And it's
It's not man is with Lucy. I'm just saying it's
Something
like
happened.
it's miscommunication is guiding, is teaching. You get me? Eventually, it can happen.
I don't know if you can.
I'm just saying that.
I don't know
that's
if you could teach your way out of what you're describing to me. Doesn't sound like something you can teach your way out of.
Well, like-
Her anatomy is her anatomy. You're built the way you're built. She's built the way she's built, and it's not a snug fit. It's
Or
not.
you could like talk her into tightness. I don't know. I don't
Like,
know.
as in, you can tell her some exercises you can try and do
Yeah.
to try and. But there's only so much you can do.
For real.
Do you know what I mean?
If your pum pum's baggy, it's baggy.
It's like a spliff. You know, like when you're building a spliff, and then you drop it, and you collect most of the bit that you dropped, and you put it back in the Rizzler. It's never the same.
No, 'cause
It could drop on a piece of paper right
Yeah,
in front of
dust
you, yeah, and you scrape everything on that paper back into the Rizzler. It ain't the same.
Nah, it ain't. No.
And pum pums are like that. Pum pums are like dropped spliffs.
I agree.
Why you
I mean, what?
G?
No, wait, I didn't think that through properly.
Pum pums are like dropped
spliff.
spliffs.
No,
Fucking
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
A lot to explaining to do.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says that.
Yeah, once
Innit?
once you've dropped the spliff, don't think that it's gonna be a different ratio. I don't know why it is. I think it's like quantum physics. Some of the particles go into the other dimension and the multiverse. Do you know what I mean? They go and join your sock. You know your one sock that just that just teleported. That's where, you get me? The bud that you dropped on the floor goes and joins your sock in that never realm.
Yeah, because where do socks go?
I
They
don't know
do disappear, innit?
I don't know.
That's a real thing.
So have you been able to because I feel like you was telling us this for a reason. What was the point you were trying to say about that though? Like what you want to speak to the people and let them know something?
The poll is, or for the people in the comments right now, yeah, that are watching this podcast, yeah, that understands and overstands and even understands what I preach someone else saying. We're saying that if your girl does not squeeze your wee, that means the love is not right, the love is not proper, the love is artificial. That's just
real.
the period. That's period. You get me? Full stop. Do you agree or disagree? Do you agree?
I agree. As a woman, I agree. Because if I love a man, I'm squeezing. Do you know what I mean?
So is that what women are doing? Are women deliberately squeezing while they? Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Jedi?
I'm definitely not squeezing.
But you're not the guy that's you're not.
No,
your
if you're
girl,
receiving the squeeze.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about receiving the squeeze?
Yeah. Is that real love? Does she love you?
No.
Why don't she love you?
I just think all vaginas are not created equal. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Vagina equality.
And like I understand. My understanding of vaginas is they're not though. They're not. And just like all penises are not created
It's
equal.
so true.
We all have a different fit for whatever, innit? So what I say is there's some women who, due to no fault of their own, their composition is not to my liking. Do you know what I mean? Like when it comes to vaginas, I'm not really a fan of like, let's say, the open plan design.
Well, like hams.
Like warehouse, like open plan. I'm not into open plan.
Okay.
For me personally, do you know what I mean? I don't mind bungalows.
Why are you not into open plan?
Cause I don't need all that space. It's worthless. It's lost on me.
I hate.
Do you know what I mean?
You'd rather
I don't need all that space.
fill it all up rather than...
I don't never want to be in a habitat where like, you know, I've got my sofa, my chair here, and I've got like a hall all around me that I'm not using. You know when you see certain people's houses are too big, and you're like, I wouldn't like to live like that.
Yeah,
that doesn't feel homely.
Yeah,
I like a cozy spot.
Yeah,
yeah. I sleep in a sleeping bag.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Makes sense.
I don't need a football pitch to sleep in. Okay. So metaphorically, for me, I just think there's some women who have it seems to be like a hollowness.
Oh, okay.
Get me? And obviously there's brothers there who know what to do with that room. So don't, like, it could be me. I'm fine with that. Do you know what I mean?
I hate stuff.
There's brothers that's like, raw, big room. I'm like, yo, I'm bringing all this in.
I'm bringing
hoarders. There's certain brothers that are hoarding. And certain man that, like, you know, I'm living a modest lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? I like my bits and bobs, but I don't need a hall to sleep in.
Okay. So what, you like squeezing or you don't want your wee squeezed, your willy squeezed?
Okay, we're not going to say willy or wee. I'm not going to join you on that. I'm not going to join you on that. I don't.
Okay. Do you want your penis squeezed or not? You know what I mean? You want me to talk on a formal level?
Do you want your? Do you want man said it in DMX way? Hey, we have to clip that. Do you want your penis squeezed? Pause, innit? No, I mean, I feel like,
no Diddy.
I feel like it's nice to come home to a warm embrace and a hug.
And a
hug. It's nice to be embraced.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk in the yard and hello.
Oh, wow.
Hello. Is anybody there? You get me? It's not inviting. So yes, I would like to be squeezed. Do you know what I mean?
We got there.
I think they all do. I think they all squeeze in their own way. But some
just less than others.
Some is like a distant squeeze.
It's like a You know when you see someone, you just like you hug them
Like a church.
Yeah.
Leaving room for the Holy Ghost. You know?
Double tap on the back.
Yeah.
That kind of hug that you don't feel the tits. Or
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Space.
So, brother, my brother.
Yeah.
You get me? It's not like an embrace. I like to embrace still, of course, man. Big up the gal with the. I feel like that your vagina's just vaginaing. I don't think you get any points. You lose points for not being. Like, you get me?
what, tight or embracing?
Like something. You gotta have something. Come on, man. Let's
look,
be real, man.
Okay,
No,
you can have a loose pussy, but the pussy is fucking like Niagara Falls. You get me? Like,
But
is
what
that
good
wrong?
Is that? I don't. What's the use?
That sounds
I
like
mean-
a slip hazard.
It sounds just.
Someone gonna break the neck. Niagara Falls is loose. I don't know.
There's
No,
not a
I'm just
lot.
saying. You get me? Like, that's a different way of looking at it. Like, she's feeling something, obviously, but you may not feel something because it's so loose and it's like it's just airy in that. You know what I mean? You need to put your whole hand just to compromise you get me, the space. You get me? I'm just saying on that level. You know what I mean? But I will still embrace it because I know that it's wet. And that she actually feels, man. That's what I feel in sex. I go, let's go up a level. I like to do tantric sex. You get me? So I'm on them kind of levels. If you're not on that level, then I'm gonna know already that your pussy is garbage. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, because it's not like I'm discriminating. It's just that I want you to elevate, come on that level. You get me? When we're having sex, I want you to experience.
Break down the basics of this tantric
Yeah,
thing.
please.
Just some basics.
In a nutshell,
iBleed Different wants to know. He's gonna take back the information and pass it on.
I don't. I just want to just, you know.
I want to
learn.
learn too.
I'm here. I'm here
Yeah,
for it. Still, that's why I'm just saying what he's saying.
All right, cool. In a nutshell, tantric sex is about being able, sex becomes a ritual, and it's being able to connect with your other half or your your soulmate, your twin flame, etc., blah blah blah, and be able to
So
unify.
what do you do that's different than normal sex? What do you do? Do you breathe on the pussy?
It's the harm.
Talk,
Yeah, you kind of
chant?
breathe. You breathe on the pussy. No, it's
No,
real.
I feel
No,
like
but it's a real
You
thing
whisper
though.
like words of intentions.
You can do that, like you
Tantra, hug me.
like you give them the words, because remember, words is vibrations. You
Yeah.
get
Words
me?
and spells. Yeah, you get them out there.
You
Man.
get me? So you know, like it's like a meditation. Yeah, you're meditating in the pussy as a man.
This is sound like judge. This is like sexual
It
judge.
do,
This is
though,
sexual judge.
electrical
It's sexual judge.
No, that's
You doing
sex.
sex
That's
magic?
sex. Well, I'm
Man's
not doing
moving
sex.
like
No.
Alistair Crowley
It's
out
not
there.
sex magic.
Man's moving like
You get me?
Alistair
That's
Crowley.
Aleister Crowley business.
Yeah, go on.
Tantric is
It's sex magic.
No, tantric is coming from the eastern
Eastern
part.
mysticism.
Exactly, like the
That's where Crowley
yogis.
gets his thing from.
No, you don't.
Just saying. But go on, carry on.
It's something like what's his like Muji. No, we'll talk
Big
about.
up Muji.
You get
Yeah.
me? Like you know what I mean. So I'm giving you a reference now. You get me? Muji will embrace that, and he tell you about them things. And I've learned about what tantric sex, and you get me. Like you'll know once you're on that level of tantra. Yeah, you'll be able to know, like, if you have sex with a prostitute, you know that pussy is just garbage. You know what I mean? Car first thing, like, I'm just saying. You get me? I'm gonna be real. No, I'm telling you the stories. I'm telling you. Sorry, I'm just getting it. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. You get me? Like the first thing, you get me? Already, she's getting out the lube and lubricating. So you already know that that's straight already like. You're on, let's say you're on full bars, you've lost half of your bars because you already see her like lubricating, so you already know it's just business. You get me? There, it's just business. You get me? So boom, but and then once you enter.
Wait, hold on. Okay. You're describing the prostitute.
I'm describing
What
the
she might-
experience.
Yeah.
Of sleeping with a prostitute.
Have you slept with a
Right.
prostitute?
Well, he's describing it.
That's one.
So you go hit her up, she's pulling out lube.
Yeah, and
So
you.
it's not self-lubricating again. Quite
Okay.
obviously, do
It's,
you know what I mean?
Artificial.
The thing, do you know what I mean?
you get it? Like she has to put lube, like squeeze the bottle.
Yeah. I lube different.
Yeah.
I lose different.
Let's not.
That's so.
No.
What time's my train?
Hey, brother. Alright, go on. So she puts on
the lube.
Yeah.
Alright, she said, okay, it's ready now. You enter. It's like she's making fake orgasms. You already know that she just want you to bust quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? You can either play the game and not bust quick, you get me, and get bang for your buck, literally, or you just bust quick because you know that's what she want, and you get me, you just wanted to get the fuck out of your house. You know what I mean? Or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's whatever you want. But now when we're talking about tantric sex, it gets to the point that, with me anyway, that my partner, she's tapping out. Like, she's submitting because we're so in sync that I'm now in control of when I'm going to bust or not. Do you understand? I'm in control. She's not in control no more. I will dictate when it's finished. You know what I mean? You get me? Like, if she's tired, if the pussy now starts getting dry because she's done it all, she's squirted, she's finished, then I'll be like, alright, cool. Just jump. You get me? I'm ready now. Or I'll just keep it because now I've powered up my chakras.
Okay.
You get me? Because you get it? Because we've done that ritual, or we've done it to the point that we are now one in harmony.
I'm more interested in the aspects of the ritual. So like you said, you're saying words of affirmation to the pum. Get me?
Yo.
Yeah.
Greetings-
No, but it's true though.
Greetings to each lady. And then, like, what else are you doing? What is there anything else?
I mean, it depends on the level.
Do you
innit?
do anything with your hands? Anything? Is there candles?
Well. Like you
anything?
can hold hands. You can have candles. You can put incense. You can you can meditate before you even have sex. You act like you hold your hands together and then you meditate together and then you do the thing. There's stretching. You know what I mean? Because stretching is part of meditation. You know what I mean?
Like yoga.
Yeah, exactly, like yoga. You know what I mean? They call there's a tantric yoga as well. You know what I mean? So it's all part of it. Yeah, but like what we said, is to elevate your spirit together to become one. Yeah, and to align your chakras and to have that spiritual sex. You know what I mean? Not just a physical sex, a spiritual sex where you feel the essence of each other.
Yeah.
And where you both transcend, really.
Yeah,
isn't
and
it?
where you both transcend, exactly.
You transcend what?
Transcend, not trans. Transcend.
Transcend what?
You just transcend.
When you move forward.
You go
okay.
forward, you go up, and it's good energy, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds good, man. It sounds good. It does sound judgy though. Like, you know, obviously there's judge elements to it. Like, let's not front.
But where did judge come from?
It's all good. I knew it was going
You
to
know
get
what I
into
mean?
that. But
Where
it's cool.
did it come
If
from?
you do judge, you do judge. You know
You know what I
judge.
mean?
Get me?
Where did it come?
Don't
it comes
feel
from
away,
us,
'cause
though.
I'm saying it-
But it comes from black people.
I believe
though.
so.
You get me? It doesn't come from white people.
I believe so.
We taught white people how to do judge.
Right.
So you get me? So why is it wrong to be in our natural nature?
If that's what you...
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why is it wrong to be in our natural nature? If we are connected, aligned with entities that can be agreeable, can be disagreeable. Yeah, what's wrong with being aligned with your natural nature?
iBleed, what do you think about judge?
I think everyone's got their own spiritual beliefs still, in this world that we live in still. As far as judge, I don't practice it. Yeah, that's about it.
I mean, yeah, I'm not really into judge.
Not really into scary. Straight off.
When I say
I'm gonna lie. A bit
when I say
worried.
not really,
Yeah, go on.
I mean in the sense of there are a lot of things that I believe in.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's really impossible.
Yeah.
But there's, you know, when you just like you see people doing a madness, you know, like constantly lately on TikTok, you just seeing these women just doing mad spells, and they're saying like, if you write a guy's name on a piece of paper and spit on it and then put it behind you, now all that's crazy. See all that, like all that's disturbing. I don't
That's
understand.
scary.
Yeah, I don't understand any of that, and I don't want to understand it either. But when I say,
I had a woman try to do a love spell on me.
did you? What happened?
Didn't work out well for her.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's powerful, isn't it? So you got to be careful what you put out there. I don't think you should put anything out there that you're not willing to put out for yourself, because when you're practicing in all that witchcraft, magic, crazy shit, yeah, something's gonna happen to you. You're manifesting things for yourself. I think the power of manifestation needs to be positive. It needs to be elevated. It needs to be on a higher frequency. Right. If you're like sort of focusing on those low frequencies and vibrations, you got to be prepared for that shit to come back to you. Yeah, definitely. Do you know what I'm saying?
So when you're charging up your chakras, what are you doing it for?
What am I doing it
for? Love and sex and connection. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, to be more intimate with my partner.
Yeah.
How do you charge up your chakras?
Well, like for that tantric sex, you get me? But that's just, you know what I mean? That ain't the ultimate.
That's just one element.
Yeah, one element to it. Like there's a better, like it's not the best. A better way is just to fast.
Yeah.
You get me? Once you fast and you eliminate yourself in the physical world, that's when you now are like Super Saiyan. You know what I mean? You get me? Or Super Saiyan God level. You get me? Because now you detach yourself from the physical.
You think you can get to God level? You think a human can reach a God level?
I believe everybody can get to God level. It's written in the Bible. It's written in Scripture that you can get to them levels. It's just that you gotta do the things that are extraordinary to achieve those levels.
And we're not, you know, the human experience. Being a human is just an experience. We're spiritual beings before we're human, you know, that human experience. There's the 5D and there's the 3D in it.
Exactly.
Like the two they have to coexist. So I think if you really tap into yourself, we're so much more powerful than than society deems us to be. But I don't think a lot of people tap into it. I think it happens to people. The older you get, the more spiritually in tune you become with yourself, and you kind of realize who you are, and that's by experiences. You might go through something mad, but it teaches you something. Definitely teaches you something.
Definitely.
Exactly.
So what's your spiritual beliefs, iBleed? Because you said you don't practice juju or whatever, but
you do holistic stuff.
What are you into? Like, what's your ideas on like?
Me personally, like, I'm just me. Like, I bleed different.
Love that.
I'm here for sickle cell anemia. I'm here to spread awareness for sickle cell anemia, and that just kind of like unapologetically, because I don't feel like there is enough awareness for it at all whatsoever. Like where we are in this standpoint today, and like in life, and like, you know, like you was talking about before, like medical apartheid and sickle cell anemia as well is real as well. A lot of children died in 2019. 2 children died in 2019, which is quite recent to me. It's quite recent to everyone if they were aware of it. You know what I mean? One was on a hospital bed, a boy, and he was calling for oxygen, and then he ended up calling 999 on the hospital bed, and then he ended up dying. And there was another girl that was 12 years old. She was delayed a 3-day scan, and because of that, she died. So, yeah, it affects me because I've been in hospital beds, like, suffering from sickle cell anemia, so.
You ever prayed for, like, do you ever pray?
What, do I ever pray?
Yeah.
What, to a God?
I don't know. Do you ever pray? Do you believe in God? This is why I asked you about spirituality. Like, do you have a spiritual standpoint? You going out there doing this work for sickle cell and whatever, do you pray to God for power, for strength, for if things, like, do you know what I mean? What's your, because I would say that
I think he knows his sole purpose. He knows that. Do you know some people, you could be born with something and you can either choose to be like a victim, go down a victim road, or you can say, do you know what, I've got this, so let me use it as a superpower rather than a disability. Do you know what I'm saying? So you're looking at it like, this is my sole purpose. My sole purpose is for me. If you didn't have sickle cell, would you really be spreading awareness about it?
Yeah,
Probably
that's the thing.
not.
No,
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think I would be.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like, I lost my friend and I lost my father, and that's what kind of encouraged me to like tell my story about living with sickle cell anemia. Like, that's what happened really, like, kind of for me to initiate iBleed Different. It kind of took for me to like.
Your friend that you lost, what was that due to?
Knife crime.
Knife crime. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he was murdered. So that was a lot to me. So from there, I kind of just took it upon myself to actually tell people about sickle cell, that I'm living with my condition, in a sense where portraying it through iBleed Different and my audio book that I got coming out. And I don't know, I just didn't want to look at it as a vulnerable point in my life anymore. Cause I've already lost so much, so I just thought it's time to just, you know, spread awareness for it. But I suffer from it, but other people suffer from it as well. Prodigy suffers from it, from like MOB, you know what I mean? And he's gone through worse events than I had. Like, I've met him in 2014, he told me to drink water.
You met Prodigy?
Yeah, I met Prodigy, yeah.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
So, yeah, from that kind of, I feel my journey with sickle cell has been a lot, but right now I'm at a stage where I just want to just be an advocate for sickle cell anemia and spread awareness until I'm out.
I hear that. Let me ask you a question though. Do you believe that it's neglected because it's a black man's disease?
Could be that. Like, I don't want to just like.
No, let's call the spade because you get me. Cause
It's a black majority
you know what I mean?
thing, though, but like there's
Italians
others.
with it, and anyone Mediterranean. I know my friend.
Yeah,
is
they
Italian,
say,
and she's got the trait.
Yeah.
She's got the trait, and she's Italian.
But do they have the trait? Can the trait affect you?
The trait can affect you in certain type of ways,
Yeah.
It can affect you still, kind of make you a bit fatigued.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's so anemic, my friend.
Yeah.
And she's
And
always
anemic, yeah.
unwell.
Iron deficiency, still like trace of iron deficiency in the trait.
Yeah.
So,
Do you work with people with lupus?
no.
No, because I feel like they're two conditions that affect the black community a lot,
Big time.
and often I find that the lupus and sickle cell people form alliances.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they both suffer crisis, and like I don't know if they have similar symptoms.
Yeah, no, lupus is quite a separate like symptom compared to sickle cell anemia, but it is like definitely like a blood problem, like a blood problem. Problem with the blood anyway. That makes that happen. It's all to start with the blood.
So apparently the origin of sickle cell is basically people with sickle cell are immune to malaria. So there's something to do with developing symptoms to fight against.
I'm immune to malaria.
Yeah.
When I was a young age, I didn't have to get the BCG jab or none of that when I was young. Kind of felt, you know, but
apparently it's like developed as a mechanism to defend against malaria.
Right, yeah.
But obviously it has other impacts. I don't know how correct that is, but
yeah, do you know what? You're kind of along the right lines. They do look at it as like a super gene. Some people in like certain areas of the world, like sickle cell, I don't know how, but that's how they kind of like were raised to believe it was that. But certain parts of the world, obviously we have institutions that hospitalize and work with sickle cell patients, and it's like they're the ones that control our pain really, but realistically we need to like research. I think more research needs to be kind of spreaded, but it's hard, isn't it? I believe it's hard, so
like I believe in balance. So even though your mission is to spread awareness about sickle cell and that, what does Mr. iBleed Different do when he's not campaigning and he's not working on designs and stuff? What are you into? Cause obviously you're the guy with the belly right now, so you can let us in. You have control over how much of you we get to know and understand, or like you was talking about, you had the backstory with your father and your
it's not really a backstory, it's just like that's how I initiated iBleed Different, and like what I want to do now because of that is spread awareness for sickle cell anemia, like completely. That's it. And just be an advocate for sickle cell, make more awareness, and make people understand the retinopathy, sickle cell retinopathy, a bit more better inside the audio book that I'm bringing out, just to show them about my life with it, SC, sickle cell tales, and just.
So what kind of subjects you broaching in your audio book then? Let me see if I can approach from that angle.
What kind of subjects am I talking about?
Yeah, because you said tell them about your life. What more about your life are you giving people insight into? I guess that's where I'm getting at.
Just the loss of my eyesight really,
Right.
the sudden loss of how it can just be so sudden.
How sudden was it?
I was 19. My eye basically started to have a slight attachment in my retina, but at first I was seeing like a lot of like rainbow colours in the side of my eye, like my rods were pulling.
Yeah.
And from there,
Was it painful?
No, it wasn't painful. It was just yeah, it was just dark for a while. It was dark. I didn't really understand what was going on at all, innit? It was just happening so fast and so sudden. And then, yeah, it was just like kind of like a regular thing to happen to the eye for it to like degenerate so fast at my age. Like that's what normally happens to elderly people. So it was just like a worrying time for me.
Was it scary?
Yeah, it was very like daunting, you know, like very daunting. So I just took it on my chest and like, yeah, because at the time when I went to Moorfields Eye Hospital, I was already admitted in the hospital. So I had a crisis and there was something going on with my eye at the point when I was in hospital already. So it's like, I left hospital, they didn't take it seriously, I came back. I don't think I took it seriously enough as well, because I was so young, do you know what I mean? Didn't really know what was going on. But when it happened, full detachment, and I was NLP, no light perception, that's when I just thought, yeah, this is it.
So that's irreversible.
That is irreversible.
No reattaching. There's no way to reattach.
Unless there's like, I don't know, like certain research is about stem cells.
Stem cells, yeah.
The thing is, it's just to do with a lot of nerve endings, and it's so delicate, isn't it? So if they detach themselves, how would you put them back together?
Yeah, the eye's like a camera, you know.
Yeah.
It's very delicate.
It really is.
And over the years, I've learned a lot about it, so I felt stronger with the research I know about.
Would you accept an eye
implant?
Transplant?
No.
No, I know they're doing them.
My daughter's dad had one of them. He had, I think it's called catacoronis or something, and he had to have
Well, your eye goes into a cone, yeah.
Yeah.
Cone shape.
Yeah, that's what.
People say it's rare. It's not that rare.
Nah, it's not that rare because
I'm hearing more and more people got that shit.
Yeah, and he had the both of them. He had both done, and his vision was perfect afterwards.
So he's got someone else's eyes.
Someone else's eyes.
That's scary.
It's
crazy,
because surely because you know everything's energy, yeah.
Yeah,
sure,
100%.
imagine, yeah,
100%.
having somebody else's eyes.
From I can't wear your boxes, I can't have your fucking eyes, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, do you know what I mean? Let's be real.
That's crazy.
People don't even want to drink from my cup, but you want my eyes.
But you want my eyes.
That's wild. But I mean, big up to people that go for it. I think when it comes to transplants and that, I'm a bit.
I'm so against it.
Yeah.
Like I took myself, my whole family. We just all took ourselves off the register.
I'm still on that list.
Get off it.
You know the one that you're supposed to do the paper.
Opt out.
Do you know you can't take your kids off?
Opt out. No, well, you can, but when they turn like 16,
Then
they have to do it.
They have to do it
they
themselves.
have to do it again.
Wicked people, man.
So bad.
Bad man.
Have you lot done it? Are you lot off the list?
I'm not on. I don't know.
I'm on the list.
I don't think
Huh?
I'm.
Opt out
I
of
think
that
I'm
shit.
on the list.
Yeah,
You're
opt
on
out.
the list if you haven't opted out, unless you got a proper medical.
I don't think I'm on the list. I would have heard about it.
But
still.
why would
Would
have
you,
to give it?
brother?
No, I'm just saying.
Listen
like,
to this.
go
Listen
on.
to this. In 2000 and something, they just come up with something. These texts going around saying, "Yo, hey, listen." They're putting everyone on the list, and the new thing is, you have to opt out.
Yeah.
If you want to not be on the list, you have to opt out.
have to
They
opt
were
out.
sending that text around for time. I'm like, you lot, man, allow me, man, allow me. Never did it, never did it. Oh, you got 10 more days. Never did it, never did it, never did it, never did it. Years later, Jeds is on the fucking list, cuz. And if you haven't taken yourself off the list, you're on the list, bruv. You have to go on the site and take yourself off the list.
Yeah, you have to do it. And then there's another part you have to do as well. Because but do you know when you go
Wickedness.
online, it's only for your like organs and body
Is
parts.
it?
So then the other bit, you got it like eyes, all stuff and that. Yeah, you have to.
I'm saying, is your organs on there?
And
also?
yes, bro, and we don't know about it, or we're not aware, so we're just rolling with it. Right about now, all you man on the list.
Well, I'll double check in it. Usually them things there that I don't fuck around. Like if it's within, let's say, that 2012 end, like when they say allegedly it was the end of the world or new paradigm shift and all of that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like I would have been aware, but I'll double check. But I want to ask you a question. Where you from?
Me.
Yeah.
So where am I from?
Yeah, well, like where you from in UK?
So I live in Cardiff.
Oh,
in
okay,
Wales.
you're from Wales.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because your accent's bare different.
It's different, isn't it? Like a lot of people say. So I was born in South London.
Oh, okay.
My mum lived in Peckham for 15 years.
Yeah.
And then when my dad passed away, we moved back to Cardiff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
So why is it so strong though? If you've lived here for so long, 15 years, that would have molded you.
So no, my mum lived here for 15 years. I was 8 or 9 when we went back.
Oh, okay.
And it's just I got a Welsh accent.
Oh, okay. And how's it outside? How's it out there in Wales as a conscious black queen?
It's
let's
been
say
difficult. It's
Why?
been difficult.
Why is it so difficult?
I think when I was younger, it was difficult because I just didn't really relate to anything like the Welsh. For me, I just thought they were just mad racists. Anything that wasn't white, they just weren't for it. But now it's very like diverse. I think people have fought really hard to sort of. There's a very large black community there, very large. And it's easier now. I feel like we're more celebrated. But I think in terms of living in Wales, it is a lot calmer, friendlier, safer.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though it's racist.
No, because you got to remember Wales is no, but obviously I live in Cardiff, innit? So Cardiff's the capital city.
Yeah. Okay.
You remember Wales is people think Wales is just this tiny little place. It's really not. It's big. You got North Wales, mad.
Yeah.
Like you
Where's
got the
the
valleys.
valleys?
You got
Yeah,
the
I was gonna
valleys.
say, where's the
Mad.
valleys?
Now,
Valleys
and this is where
is
this is the angle I was coming from. Like as a kid, we'd say, oh, let's go valleys, innit, and see what's good. Nah, it was mad. You cannot go there. Now you probably.
Why did you mention the valleys?
The valleys, because I know
Because
in jail I've come to find out about the Welsh, innit,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't realise how nuts the Welsh people are.
Yeah.
And you got the Valley Boys, and then you got the Boyos.
Yeah.
Right. And they don't even get on.
They
Right?
really don't.
But it's peak for you. I realised the intense racism. They got a jail up there called
Park is
right?
right.
And them times it was a private prison, and it'd be like, bro, we were bad boys in jail, and that would be like one of the ultimate threats, bro. If you keep fucking around, they're gonna send you to somewhere like the Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you're there, it's just you, or like what? It's mad. Even the light skinned youths are moving to you, calling you nigga.
Yeah.
Like, it's deep, bro.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But I know there's another set of Welsh youths. Some of them are proper blessed. You get me? The Welsh youths
It
are
depends.
crazy.
It depends where you're from.
Welshmen are nuts.
Like Cardiff, on a whole, where it's so diverse. I have never really had like much racism in Cardiff itself, but you go to other parts of Wales, it's mad.
At the end of the day, let's have it right. Lived in London all our lives. There's racism in London.
It's everywhere.
You can,
It's
you
conservative.
get me 20 minutes up that way. It could be a different thing for you. So
Definitely a lot of racism. Like,
you know what I mean?
Still, totally.
But yeah, Cardiff, mind yourself.
I
mean, not Cardiff, Wales, mind yourself.
I feel look, me and my mum had this conversation just before we even came here today, and I was like, there's the UK people, the British people don't have no culture. Like they're adopting everybody else's culture. You know what I mean? And my mum's like, you're being very controversial. Like if you say that people are gonna take it the wrong end of the stick, and you're gonna get in trouble.
People ain't gonna be able to say shit. Yeah, because I said this maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. We was having a conversation with some far right people in Speaker's Corner, and they're telling man that man should be proud to have British culture. Very rare. So when I broke it down, I said, all right, boom, what's British culture? Finish them.
Yeah,
when
what
get
is
me,
it?
because you're gonna try and now say what you're gonna now say is, oh, exploring. Yeah, fucking invasion. You get me? What are you gonna say? It's hard because really and truly, England is one of the places where it's about an amalgamation of lots of different people's practices.
100%.
Plus, the English people are the Germans, the Saxons, the Romans, the rare. It's a wash out, wash in, wash out. It's a mix. So it's little pieces of. We got fish and chips, Scandinavian.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Curry is the national dish.
It's, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing
Crazy
is actually.
multicultural still.
You lot will say wagwan.
In it.
Yeah,
You
British
know?
culture is not. There's no such thing as British culture. I don't believe anyway.
I would say that there's London culture. Do you know what I mean? You got Cockney rhyming slang and a bit of rare. You may have some you may have like cities have their own, but in terms of a British culture, it's actually like you're right, an amalgamation.
It is.
So it's a pick and mix. It's a Haribo bag of bits and bobs.
Roundtree's random.
You get me?
But my mum did say she is the last generation, as in the Windrush babies that actually saw the British culture for what it was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? As in, because she was the baby of the generation that came from
the Windrush generation.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they were able to see, like, when East End was East End, like that real
Proper.
Cockney, you know what I
Proper
mean?
jelly deals.
Yeah. Or in South, in fucking South, like Bricklayers Arms in Peckham was the real bricklayers, like the fucking Garys, you know what I mean? That were fucking racist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she saw all of that shit. She said to me, "Oh, that British culture is Morris dancing." I'm like, "What the fuck
Morris
is?"
dancing.
You get me?
But even that's European, but
it's a,
Yeah.
But you get me? I don't know what the fuck.
They dance around the maypole. It's a May ritual to the May gods, the start of the equinox. They go around the maypole, which is representing the phallus. It's an ancient tradition from outside of England.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Not a British thing.
Lots of dancing around the phallus and doing their fertility dances and that. So it's not even British.
Also, ain't that relating back to Tantric? A little bit, you know what I mean? A little bit, because you said phallus, you know what I mean? Fertility.
Phallus.
You know what I mean? But phallus is phallus, isn't it? You get me? Phallus, you get me? You can say, what is it? The, what did they call it? It's not the tombstone, it's not the pyramid.
Obelisk.
The obelisk. You get me? That's what
It represents the phallus.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're dealing with, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's another story. What else my mum said was, you have to go outside in the country.
100%,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And that's when you'll see British culture.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like Cornwall, Newcastle,
Devon.
Sheffield, Devon, Leeds. You know what I mean? Not Bradford though.
Not Bradford. Bradford.
Nah, you are violated. Don't.
But it's so true, because I think people who live in London, like, 'cause a lot of my friends live in London, innit? When they come to Cardiff, they're like, "Oh my God, this place is so beautiful. There's so much to see and there's so much to do." Is it? But I feel like people are very ignorant to other parts of the world. Once you live in London, they don't want to come out. It's like you don't want to go. That's far, man. It's like, do you
don't
get
wanna
me? And it's
travel
like,
out,
no, it's like what, 1 hour and 45 minutes on the train,
Being
and you
trained to
could
think
see
like that.
so much. Do you get me? There's Bracken. If you're a nature person, if you're an outdoor person, you go there, you will literally have the maddest, like, spiritual awakening ever. These places are so very specific, and they're very high vibrational as well. So I think a lot of people in London really need to come out and, you know, their idea of coming out is jumping on a plane to go home, innit?
Bradford, you should. Nah, man, Bradford's a good spot. Because my mother grew up there like, until she was like 18. She came from Jamaica. And then she came to London when she was 18 and like, had my sister and me and my brother still.
Yeah, big up Bradford.
No, Bradford's cool.
Maybe.
It's just
Yeah, but it's not.
it's
You know what I
it's
mean?
dominated
But
by
she did say to
I
me
get
though,
it.
back
You
then
know
it
what I
was
mean?
like kind of racist though.
Oh, you mean as
Yeah.
in like what we were saying, Rimrush? She's a Rimrush baby and that.
Like she's
You know
not
what I
like a Windrush baby, but she got sent from Jamaica. From my
Okay, so
nan.
she's before Rimrush.
Yeah,
So she's like
like-
an original Rimrush generation.
original.
yeah. Like 1954, my mum was born.
Okay.
still.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so she went there and
Yeah.
then came to
So
London.
she's
after.
last.
Yeah.
She's last of that Windrush generation, basically.
Something like that.
You know what I mean?
I believe so.
Like
still.
original.
But
She's not born here.
Yeah, no, she's not born here. She was born in Jamaica. She came over here when she was 6. But she grew in Yorkshire until she was like 18.
Enough black folks grew over in
Yorkshire,
Yorkshire sides,
yeah.
especially like certain pockets,
Up
certain
north
areas.
and
Yeah,
that.
Preston and all different places like that. Get me? And
So they've seen like a multitude.
Yeah, it's different for them.
Yeah, they've seen
it's
loads.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, man was really getting called Blackie out them places.
Do you know what I mean?
Darky
Yeah.
and that thing.
Yeah.
Try to call man
What,
Snowflake. Snowflake and these things.
My mum was on
Well,
the Afro
go on,
Pride
let's
thing.
go, keep going.
Well,
Mango Mancha. Spear Chaka.
oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
I was so done.
I got called a nignog one time.
I got called a nignog.
And I thought it's a particularly
Yeah.
sweet racist trope.
Nignog.
Nignog. It was like, I kind of like
It's kind of
it a
fun.
little bit,
It's fun.
but I'm offended. Do you know what I mean? Because
It's fun.
Because I'm taught that it should be offensive. Do you know what I mean?
I
what
got
else?
asked to bring a
I'm gonna laugh. Why am I laughing? Why am I laughing already? I just know it's gonna be bad. Yeah,
when I worked with children for 13
Yeah,
years,
okay.
I was in the nursery, Black History Month. I used to kick off and say, look, you lot don't do anything positive for Black History Month. So I received an email from one of my colleagues and she said to me, oh, you know, next week we've decided we're going to do Africa. So, would you be able to bring in any attire, or like if you've got a spear or anything, you could bring into it?
Yo,
I was like, first and foremost.
that's a draw out.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And she
If
said
you got
it,
a spear
a
lying around.
just lying around.
Get me?
Like honestly, she asked me like it was okay.
Or do you know what? It's okay to wear your bone piercing today. You can put it back through your nose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This guy, wear your bone piercing to work day.
Come in
But-
barefoot. Come in barefooted.
Oh my god!
Definite draw.
These people are violated. Can you bring a spear?
Yeah. And it was crazy. But even my manager at the time, she was
Can you
like,
bring a spear? Is that what they said to you?
though.
That's
She
crazy.
was
They
like,
must
of
have-
all
I'm not gonna
things-
lie. Yeah, this is what happened. Yeah, someone was sitting at the computer and was like this. And then they were like, "Nah, I dare you, I dare you."
Dare you, yeah. And
Should
it
I say,
said-
"Fuck it"? You get me? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you gonna ask me if I've got a spear lying around?
A spear of all the things. I was just like, that
Spear
you're
chucker.
crazy. Yeah, wild.
They used to have lots of. I was trying to go through all the racist names that they have for black people, but it's probably gonna get my thing flagged. So let me just
Get
like
dark.
get me.
I don't know, like Meta and Twitter or
No, they
X.
love all that.
Yeah, they love it now.
Yeah, on Twitter, on X, yeah, it's serious. Racism is deep, bro. They got some mad. Like I got a crack up at some of them on my own.
But they just
They-
roll with
yeah,
it. They don't even give a shit.
They're just mad with it, and it's like anytime a black person messes up, they're on them.
They're like, you are
But,
here
like,
go the wogs
I did
again.
a post a couple months ago, and I was like letting people know like one of my favorite sports is I go onto the news articles. And when it's a white offender, I like to write things like, well. What do we have here? Usual suspects. And look, just to balance it out a bit.
Just to-
Like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Because they always do it
It's,
to us.
it's actually quite fun still. This white man, what's it, killed his child and ate his child or some shit like that. And I was just like, well. What do we have here?
Seems to be a very common thing. They love to eat children, isn't it? Allegedly.
Allegedly, do you know what I mean? But more importantly, I think it's easy to paint certain crimes a certain colour.
Yeah.
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 So, for instance, grooming. It's an Asian grooming gangs. That's an Asian crime.
Yeah, they always
but they've
say
now
that.
just busted the biggest grooming gang cartel in the UK. It was white
And
folks.
they were white.
You know what I mean? But we're not going to hear about that. There's Tommy Robinson don't want to know about this one.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Tommy's not on that.
No one's marching for this one. It's just when the Asians do it. So I realised, okay, the same with knife crime. You know, it was never highlighted the issue, the extent of the issue in Scotland, but it was way worse than in London.
yeah.
But it weren't as marketable, and it weren't as good for propaganda, right? You know, when we think about certain, like if you think about fraud, you think about Nigerians, but we know that like Nigerians are a small portion of the people that are trying to fraud you. You know, there's other groups. I ain't gonna mention you lot. Get me? Don't.
Well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question then, Jedi.
Yeah.
What do you think about Stormzy's controversy right now?
Oh.
What do you think about that?
Nothing quite like a McDonald's.
Yeah. You lot tell me what you lot think. Let's go to iBleed because I like drawing him out. Get me? iBleed. What are you saying about Stormzy and McDonald's?
I don't know. We shouldn't have even teamed up with them, to be honest.
You don't. Sorry. You think it was a? You think it was a bad idea?
Yeah. I think it's
What?
a bad idea for him to like even team up with McDonald's, like knowing his stature. Like, I don't think he should have done that. I think he should have thought it out. I know he's got people around him that probably didn't really care about his moves because he is where he is, but I really think that he should have thought that out before he made that move, because now it's kind of backfired on him quite mad.
I hear ya. What you saying, Chids?
I mean, I don't really care to be
Told you he was gonna have one of them moments.
no, but-
Did I say earlier? We'll have one of them moments
No,
where
literally-
someone don't care.
I actually don't care, but I mean,
I'm with Chidi though.
it doesn't affect my life.
I'm with Chids.
It doesn't affect what I
I'm
do.
with Chidi
Like
still.
I actually don't care
I'm
on
with
this
Chidi.
one because man, if he wants to do that, let him do his thing, innit? Make your money, man.
Like I've done a couple little segments on it, so I think the viewers that watch my content will know where I stand. And even today I've done another news article based on his response. I generally don't give a monkeys. You get me? I don't give a monkeys what no celebrity's doing.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes it's entertaining to chat about it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say?
it keeps it- yeah.
But if you
Keeps
want to
it
ask,
under
it's content. If you want to know my personal views, I couldn't give a damn.
don't care.
And I'm worried why you care and why you care and why you care and why you care. Why do you lot care so much? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Not you.
No.
I'm just saying, innit? Yeah, because I think it's a sign that this idolization of people
it's disturbing.
is just a sickness in our
It's
society.
disturbing. It's weird, especially.
So it's like
right,
people
yeah.
are heartbroken that Stormzy's gonna done something. Cause what? Cause you wanted him to do this and you thought he was gonna do that and you thought he represent this and he did a tweet and he said on his Instagram story that he's siding with. So like now I'm just
There's too much energy
this is-
into it.
yeah.
Too much energy in it.
Yeah.
It's a sickness.
People they really idolize these celebrities, and it's just like, I don't know, it's weird to me. I've never been able to fathom it. Like, I just, when people just get excited and say, oh yeah, there's so and so, it's like, I don't give a shit really.
Talk about if you don't mind, let me just do this. Yeah. Talk about grooming. Society has been groomed to care about these type
Come
of
on.
things.
Come
Yeah.
on.
From day one, when I was growing up, there was a term called star, and then there was a next term called superstar, and then superstar turned into celebrity, and I started noticing a difference because a lot of the stars and superstars had a talent attached to their fame.
Do you get it?
Yeah. Whether it was a talent I rated or not, they did something. They acted, they ran, they did sports, they played football, they sang, and then it went into celebrity where you're famous for being famous.
For anything.
You're famous because you have a record. You have a recognizable face. You have a recognizable face because you're famous. I don't know. So now you're just in everyone's face, and we all know who you are, and that's what celebrities are.
Yeah,
And-
nobody's famous for actually doing something constructive or
Right.
doing something that makes a difference.
Then it's just like, you know what? There's so many people that are like, just why do we care what anyone's saying and doing and thinking and rah, rah? Why are we not picking our own celebrities? We don't make our own people famous.
We don't.
We don't make our own folks like
Noble.
So
profitable. We don't lift them up and say, yeah, this is our guy and rep them.
So what?
Trust.
We wait for it to be given to us via the machine.
So you're
We
saying,
wait for their validation. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
fuck the
mad.
validation, man.
so
Yeah,
what?
man.
You're saying that Stormzy hasn't impacted the culture. Is that what you're trying to say?
Not really.
No,
I
I
mean,
wouldn't.
like-
I don't think Stormzy's like not like
He's
I
not-
know Stormzy personally.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? So let me just say that I've met the brother. I've
Yeah.
spent time around the brother. I've made music with the brother.
Okay.
Stormzy would be able to pick me out in the crowd and say, "Yo, Jeds, wagwan." Vice versa. Do you know what I mean? That being said, I think he's a good musician, a talented brother. What, like, just
But he
just
hasn't
fucking
impacted,
rap and like, what the
yeah.
fuck? What? Why? Get me?
Yeah.
People see this thing, the culture. This talk about the culture, something that really makes me sick. Oh, the culture. There's nothing. Bro. This culture is based on a relationship of consumerism. We consume. Very few of us actually create and add to. The rest is just. It's 99% consuming and 1% creation, and then within that 1% creation, there's several gatekeepers that stop High Priest or iBleed or Chids being where they're supposed to be.
Come on.
So when we talk about this culture, it's a machine. It's a machine designed to control what we think is popular, but they use us. They use us to make it popular. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So this culture, to me, has never really represented us. It might see something cool that you do, and it would take it and what's that word?
Explain
Monetize it.
Monetize,
Yeah.
exploit is another word, but in a sense, essentially almost gentrify.
Oh,
Do you
come
think cultural appropriation?
Yes.
Will culturally appropriate your thing and take it. Oh, I love your cane roll, ladies. That this is nice. I'ma take this. I'ma put it on Kim Kardashian. I'ma call it boxer braids, and then I'm gonna make stools in Selfridges, central London, for white women to give other women boxer braids. But we're not gonna big up your cane roll, the black sister, or the African system of plaiting your hair. We're not gonna do that.
not gonna do
this
that,
is the
yeah.
kind of thing that we deal with. So I think that
Even down to our features, there's a woman, oh my god, you know when I was younger, I would get ripped.
You get ripped for your lips.
Rubber lips, this, that and the other. And now, even the other day, yeah, some guy said to me, are your lips real? I said, are you mad? Don't offend me by asking me that. And he said, well, you don't know these days.
Yeah, you don't know. It's
because,
true.
And it's so true,
your
isn't
lips
it?
don't look fake though, but they do look big, but they don't look fake.
They look big.
I think the
they
fake
look big
ones.
still.
Yeah, you got big lips.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you right there. Rah, high priest, I don't even penny for your
He's thinking
thoughts.
tantrically, innit?
Man, that was a mad man at the way that he sent a tantric beam out there, boy. And tantric shockwave.
No comment, no. I'm on, no. You get me? I'm on.
That was mad. I felt that, boy. I was like, yo. Did you feel that? Yeah.
Felt it.
That was mad. Say enough said. Did they say telepathy is not real?
Man said, you're dealing with high priests in it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But yeah, continue what you're saying, brother.
No, what was we even saying? Just cultural appropriation is basically what we're saying. And because you said, has he impacted the culture? I personally don't believe so. I believe that he's made music that people have enjoyed.
Yeah.
So he hasn't put the flag for South London.
Yeah, but so many other people have made music.
Not particularly.
Really?
Stormzy, but not particularly. No.
Not him
No.
specifically.
I think when I think about South London and music, the first thing that don't pop to my mind isn't Stormzy. I don't believe he even really has that South London appeal. He doesn't really play to it. Maybe in his earlier days.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Coming from Heath and that. But who knows where in London he lives? Do you know what I mean? Or even if he lives in London, he's a big multi-millionaire now. I don't get that South London thing like from him. Just like I don't get that East London thing from Dizzy Rascal. But Dizzy Rascal definitely impacted the scene.
Yeah,
They're two different levels.
Yeah.
Time schedules of what they came in. Did they bring anything different? Stormzy came in, jumped on grime, jumped on rap, and he's done his thing really well. He's not really created a new genre or been spearheading the genre for... What's he done different?
There's nothing that really specifically separates him from the rap.
I don't see a million people out there trying to rap like Stormzy.
No.
No, you see, look, I feel, when it comes
Giggs
to...
has made an impact.
Oh, yeah. I think he
You understand?
I think he represents South
More
South
than,
London.
I would say so, yeah.
Like Stormzy is like commercial. Like his thing is more. He represents Black UK, in terms of music.
Yeah, I hear
I would
that.
say so. I would say, yeah.
That's what he's aiming for. You know what I mean? That's
He used to have the Union Jack on his thing. And
that's what he's representing.
Never me.
But I feel like in terms of like when we go back to our culture,
Black British and that makes me want to vomit.
No, that's wrong.
In terms of our culture, I feel like us black people have impacted the British culture and that, but our culture is not global. And why is that? Like if you compare Black British culture and you compare it to even African culture and even Afro-American culture, we're like
we all leaning into African and Caribbean culture. Jamaican culture has run the UK since the Windrush. Right? It's been the most popular. It's the culture of commonality, which people kind of breach into. Like I said, you got the white folks saying "Wagwan" now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I think UK culture or how we are here is new, it's fresh. It's new, it's still forming. We're borrowing, we do what the UK is known for doing, taking from their different cultures.
Yeah.
So really and truly, most of our so-called culture is US or Caribbean, and now with the African foundation or African thread going through it, which is growing a bit larger. But what aspects of the African culture are becoming famous? Is it positive, constructive stuff? It's just really just like dance, shake your ass, the laugh, the accent. Do you know what I mean? It's not the fundamentals. It's not the core beliefs and morals. It's not.
But what is that?
No economical growth or none of that.
No.
Bro, it's not the militancy. It's nothing. It's the laughter, shaku, and what's the other? Do you get me? Do the whatever dance. Kicking and that's what we're doing. You get me?
But even when you go to other countries as
entertainers.
well, like when I went to Jamaica, I've been to Jamaica a couple of times. Oh, they're so Americanized. It was just, you know what? In the end, I was just bored of it. I was like, there's just no culture here. It was so straight, even down to their own currency. They don't even like Jamaica money. They like the US dollar.
That's economic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. And like my grandfather, he's from Antigua, and you go there, and it's just the Chinese have just taken over there now.
Facts, though.
It's crazy.
In Antigua. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Some would say there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Wong. Wong.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
Wong,
get you. Yeah.
Just to keep it
You're
Jamaican.
so silly, Jed.
Now, big up the family, man. Listen, so, you know, I think we're going to have to get a wrap on this section. I'm going to open up a part 2, but we're going to open up a break and let people fly out and do whatever they need to do. Yeah. So, let me go around the room. Is there anything, speak to the camera, you lot got that camera there, or whatever, you got this camera. Speak to the camera. What do you want people to know and to focus on to the next time that we link up? Because I'm definitely, hopefully, will you return again?
I should do.
Yeah?
Maybe.
He's barely even here now. Really?
Nah, he's here. He's present.
He's here. Okay, so what do you want the people to know, High Priest?
All right. Well, I'll be back next time. Just follow High Priest on all platforms. High_priest_720 on Instagram. Check out metascienceministries.co.uk, Facebook Metascience Ministries, TikTok High Priest_19. You get me, YouTube Amun L. We're out here. We've got our project right now that we're dealing with. It's called Champion, and we're making it happen. You know what I mean? By the summer, you're gonna see that we've well, we don't want to use that word because Jedi don't like it, but let's say we are ascended. You know what I mean? We're ascending to a new dimension. You know what I mean? So check out that Champion project. You're done now, Metal Science.
Love that.
Come on.
Yes, Mr. iBleed Different.
Yes.
All on social, IG, check me out, Mr. iBleed Different. And yeah, I'm here to spread sickle cell awareness. I've got the audio book dropping.
What's the title of the audio
I
book?
can't wait for that.
The audio book is iBleed Different, SC Sickle Cell Tales.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm landing. So
When we gonna find that?
we're gonna find
When's that dropping?
That's gonna be dropping in March.
And where will that be dropping?
That will be dropping on all platforms on like Amazon Stream, Spotify. all
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure I'll be involved in trying
Yeah,
to give that a push.
definitely, yeah.
So you know what I mean. Look out for that. Follow up the brother. You avoided the question about God, about spirituality. You think you're slick?
No.
Get me? No, you think you're slick? Chidi created you a little fire exit for you to get out. I think he knows his purpose. I said, alright, you know what, cool. Get me? But I will get you next time. You will get you next time. You know what I mean? And Chids, talk to us.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram, breathe it all in, love it all out. Please follow up 4 Pretty Minds. Can we give 4 Pretty Minds podcast a big shout out, please? The consistency, the energy, and the content is amazing. So go and follow 4 Pretty Minds, and yeah, just keep going.
What is 4 Pretty Minds?
4 Pretty Minds. 4 Pretty Minds is exactly what it is. 4 Pretty Minds, 4 beautiful women, just literally having conversations and talking about the things that we need to be talking about, and not just the average bullshit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what? I'm gonna say something. Yeah, I think that you lot are missing out on something.
We are. We know what it is.
What is
And
it? Okay.
I mean,
I think that you guys need to get a 5th member, and they need to be ugly.
well,
Do you know what I mean?
I'm
think
going to talk to you about this later
4
on.
pretty minds and an ugly one. Do you know what I mean? Cause it's like, where's the balance in that? You just got 4 pretties. So what you like? What? So what happens if someone's ugly? Walk one for them. They can't join the clique. You can't sit with us.
We're working.
4 pretty minds, 1 ugly mind.
You're working on bringing an ugly member on.
No, I'm not. I never said
Yeah,
that.
that's what it is. If someone else joins, they're ugly.
No, but yeah.
Yeah. 4 pretty minds.
4 Pretty Minds.
Check them out. And what about the whole division?
Oh my God, my own
Man.
whole podcast. This is what I'm saying. My mind's been in so many different places. So I have a podcast of my own I created in 2020. We're still going. It's called Hold the Vision Podcast, and there the conversations are totally different.
Hold division.
Hold the vision.
Squeeze division.
Squeeze it.
Not like that. Not like this.
Not like.
Have you ever had your vision squeezed?
So yes, hold the vision. But yeah, I just like to say to people, keep going, keep pushing, and keep shining.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And it's me, Jeds. Check out SPEAKENOMIX, dropping Thursday, 7:30.
Big Jedi.
Check out My 2 Pence, dropping on Sundays, Sunday evenings. Like after this, I'm gonna run to go and edit today's one, My 2 Pence. Follow me on all social networks, Jedionline _ on Insta. and X, and also follow me, Jedionline, on TikTok, Illuminati Live on YouTube, where I stream a couple times a week. I've got a good little community over there. Big up the chill ones. You done know. Big up Maverick on the ones and twos. Big up the CCO. Big up Who is Orion in the side chamber. Yeah, ready for the next episode. And yeah, man, keep it locked. Thank you to everybody that's been watching, commenting, everyone that joins us on the premieres. It's become a little event where people are there. Thanks to everyone showing love. It means a lot. Do you know what I mean? The type of content that I like to put out there is very organic. I don't like to force things, and I like to let people be themselves.
Yes.
So it can be hit and miss, it can be whatever. But I appreciate people that select this channel, Jedionline, to go and view, because there's many other options out there. But you know, you're gonna get the trillest thing. Yeah, you know what you're gonna get over here. But yeah, it's been a good episode. Thank you, High Priest. Talk me about Tantra. Even though I think slightly there's a tantric book up there. I was like, I hope you don't spot it. Yeah. Talk man about Tantra. Big up iBleed different. Talk man about sickle cell
Retinopathy.
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 Yeah, sickle cell retinopathy. So I'm learned 2 things. And big up Chids, because she taught me about, what was it again? Yeah, well, squeezing. Taught me about the squeezing.
And lip size.
No, you didn't teach me about lip size, but you definitely taught me. Boom. Big up yourself. Can't finish that sentence. It don't make sense.
If she ain't squeezing,
if she,
you ain't pleasing.
You ain't pleasing. So yeah, gal them, make sure you're squeezing.
Yeah.
You get me? You don't need a reason. Yeah? It's that season.
Sounds appeasing.
Yeah. Sound appeasing. Leave man like High Priest wheezing. Get me? Me, I'm just like, yeah. As long as it's not open plan, I'll work with you.
Yeah.
Bit of a rap maniac, innit, Jade?
Yeah, you know, I love a rap. I love a good rap, man.
Jedi.
Right, boom. That's me. I'm out.